tonight I'm going to be making sauteed asparagus. Sauteing is a dry cooking method that uses conduction, and the fat that I'm using to cook the asparagus to give it more flavor is extra virgin olive oil. I'm going to be using about 1.5 cups or so of asparagus. And then I'm going to be mixing that in with 1 tablespoon of olive oil in the pan and salt and pepper to taste for the recipe. So the first thing I'm going to do is wash my hands. The next thing I'm going to do is rinse the asparagus because it is a vegetable and I got it from the grocery store and I haven't rinsed it yet. I already did do the first step that I normally would do, which is I take a whole asparagus. This is half of a stalk, but imagine that this is a whole stalk. I would snap it in half until it breaks at its natural breaking point to get rid of the tougher end that you don't want to be eating just because it's a little bit harder to chew. So the first thing I'm going to do is rinse it with cold water. I'm just shaking it to strain it. Next, I'm going to pat the asparagus dry with a paper towel I have right here. I'm just moving it to a cutting board. The reason I'm patting the asparagus dry is to prevent the water and the oil from spattering together and potentially getting on me and burning myself. So the next thing I'm going to do is add about 1 tablespoon of olive oil to the pan. And then I'm going to put the pan on medium to high heat. And then I'm just going to move the oil around the pan to get it coated. So that's pretty good. So we already pat the asparagus dry, but now I'm just going to go down and cut basically just all at once through the middle to have the pieces of asparagus in half once more. And I'm just using a clean chef's knife for this. I'm transferring it to this clean container just so I can get this out of my cooking space. We're just going to set this aside until the oil is ready to heat up. I'm going to be using a wooden spatula to saute it. And then I've also got some salt and pepper to taste. So one of the health promoting benefits of asparagus that I found in my research is because it's a cruciferous vegetable. So it contains phytochemicals that have antimicrobial properties that help fight against human pathogenic isolates. And actually the outer layer of asparagus contains more antioxidants than the inner layer does, which I found interesting. So I think the pan is heated enough, so we're going to go ahead and toss the asparagus in. And it should start sizzling in a minute. Since it's already in the pan, I'm just going to add a little bit of salt and pepper just to taste. It's usually about 1 teaspoon or so for me. And like I said, this is about 1.5 cups of asparagus. So just kind of eyeball the seasoning is what I do. So you can hear the asparagus start to sizzle a little bit. We're just gonna move it around the pan. And we're gonna keep it on the medium-high heat to let it cook. And this really can be used as a side dish with any meal that you're eating. It's really simple to make, not a lot of maintenance or anything like that. Or this could be a veggie that you mix in with pasta, so like a pasta primavera type thing. Or you could even put other veggies in with the asparagus and kind of make it a stir fry type of thing too. So the indicator we're looking for the asparagus to be done is fork tenderness. I don't want the asparagus to be too flimsy because then it's a little bit stringy and harder to chew. But as long as the veggie's fork tender, it'll still be cooked enough to taste good, but still crunchy enough to be like a crunchy veggie that's not super stringy or gross.